Torah tells us that the reason why Yosef was the most beloved son of all his children, and he loved him more than all his children, ki ben zekunim ulo. So there are a number of interpretations. What is the meaning of ben zekunim? He was born to him in his old age. Or bar chakim ulo, he was the wisest of his sons. Or zivikun dom l'shaloviv, facially he resembled his father. So for all these reasons, this is why Yosef was more beloved than all the children combined. And Rashi cites Chazal that Kol Moshe Lomad b'Shem ve'Ever Mosel Yosef. All the Torah that he had studied in Shem ve'Ever, he transmitted to Yosef, not to the other children. So the Baal HaTurim points out, what is it referring to? It's referring to the Sisrei Torah, the concealed meaning of Torah, the Rozei Torah, the secrets of Torah. That's what he gave over to Yosef, which he did not share with the other sons. Now we know that Yaakov is depicted as the Av of Golus. He's the father of exile. A good part of his life, most of his life, he was in Golus. He fled at the age of 63. He returned years later with a family. 36 years later, he returned. Then again, Yosef was sold into, disappeared, goes to Egypt eventually, and he lives out his life in Egypt. Mitzrayim. He's the Av of Golus. Therefore, Yaakov Tikein Arvis, which is night. Night, the Gemara tells us, Laila is Golus. Because everything is distorted at nighttime. It's a distortion. We have many questions which are unanswered. That's Golus. That's nighttime. There are many unknowns. One needs Emunah in Golus. Emunoscha Baleilos. One needs Emunah Baleilos in the time of darkness, because we don't have the answers. You need Emunah. Yosef had all the qualities of his father, plus he had an additional ability, because as Rashi cites the pasuk in Avadyo, although Yaakov is Eish is Torah, but Yosef is Lahava. He's the flame. The flame is always able to reach out and dominate, and affect, and impact. We find, just from this narrative that we read, Yosef was Roy Echel Batzon. He was the leading shepherd. He's sold into slavery, goes into the house of Potiphar. Within a short period of time, he's running his whole household. Rises immediately to the top. He's accused of raping the wife of his master. He goes to prison. He becomes the warden. That's what happened immediately. Within a short period of time, he's actually running the prison. There's no such thing as Yosef doesn't ascend to the very top. Yosef being the son of Rochel, he's Lahava. He affects, he impacts, he controls, he dominates. That's Yosef. Yosef goes to Egypt, and eventually he interprets the dreams. Yosef wa Mashbir. He's the Mishlamel, he's the viceroy. He dictates. Yosef knows 71 languages. There's 70 languages which represent the languages of the 70 root nations. He's one above. He's above Paro. Although he was second in command, but he was above Paro. And Paro understood this. Yosef is Lahava. He always ascends to the top. And because Yaakov understood, although Yaakov is Yisrael, and what's Yisrael? Ki sorisin lakim va'odom v'tuchal. You actually were victorious. You lorded over man, God and man. He defeated the Malach, who was the archangel of Esav, and he survived, despite who Lavan was, despite Esav was. He overcame those issues, and he came out the victor, unscathed. That's Yisrael. First, that was later. So Yosef is Yisrael, but in addition to Yisrael, he's what? He's the son of Rochel. He dominates the physicality. That's Yosef. And therefore, to be able to deal with all the issues of Golus, as Yaakov, before he went to the Golus, he went to study the Torah, which he never studied before, of Shem Ve'ever, which deals with all those issues. Yosef being the equivalent of that, he gave over all that Torah, because to contend with all those issues of Golus, you had to know the inner workings of the spirituality to be able to deal with those issues.